Bro, one thing that will forever fascinate me till the end of time is honestly the mind of a killer. Like the process that one goes through when they just wake up and say, you know what? Today's the day I go and do life. Like that mindset could just never compute with me. Now, are we all capable of being killers? Absolutely. But there's like this moral compass that keeps a lot of us out of jail. You know what I mean? Because the smart ones know how to avoid prison. Like I always say, freedom got to be itching some of you mofos, right? Like there got to be a reason why you would sign up to just die in jail. But nonetheless, we got killers getting attacked in court. I don't know why some of these guys thought they were safe. Like best and believe, bro, I can never blame these family members whenever they get their hands on these killers. So we're going to get right into it. This is killers getting attacked in court. Sure, they got a smile on her face. Like, you think she one of those?
This is 19-year-old Lindy Jones, who's facing charges for murder in South Carolina. In August 2019, Lindy murdered 18-year-old Willie Antoine Fields. Following investigations, Lindy Jones and his younger brother, Delon Jones, were arrested. Now in court, the mother of the victim, Angela Fields, has some words for Lindy.
Mama.
What they took from me. My only child.
Damn, her only one, man.
It's been so hard.
Her husband, Willie Clay Fields, was consoling, but suddenly he couldn't bear the pain anymore.
It's been so hard.
Oh, got him. Got him. Bro, he ran past that security guard like a blur. Hold up. Check how fast. Look at this. Yo, bro, by the time you look back, my son was... Nah, you gotta get him, though. You gotta get him. Hands and feet, ladies and gentlemen. Use your hands and feet. Oh, yeah, take that with you, boy.
The officers eventually managed to separate him from Lindy.
It should have been, it should have been a family reunion. You know what I mean? They should have made a meth of them. All right, let me keep my opinion out of this, because y'all gonna really start to think that I'm... Listen, I don't care, man. It would have been a family gathering on my son's neck.
Eventually, Lindy was sentenced to 35 years in prison, and his brother, Delon, received a 6-year sentence in juvenile prison. But this wasn't the only time families...
35 years?
Like in the case of Diamond.
That man gonna come out in his 50s.
Diamond's mother was in court for the trial of 19-year-old Frank Delon Jr., who fatally shot their 16-year-old daughter 22 times. On January 11th, 2023...
Bro. 22 times? The fact that he's even allowed to have a court date is asinine. That shit is beyond me. 22 times, bro. Nah, so we got some evil mofos in this planet, bro.
Diamond was walking her dog when Frank fatally shot her. Police investigations revealed that the two had been in a relationship.
Crime of passion. I was just about to say.
Frank was promptly arrested. If you thought Frank would show remorse for his crimes, be prepared for his jaw-dropping conduct during the proceedings. In court, Diamond's mother tells the man who had wickedly ended her daughter's life how she felt. As she was giving her statement, Frank smirked at her. Enraged,
Tell y'all, bro, like, I ain't gonna front, man. Like, a crime of passion, people gotta understand when you gotta walk away, man. And oftentimes, these kind of things happen when you do walk away, right? Like, what can you do to prevent some of these from occurring? I think it's just like picking up on signs early. If someone is abusive, if someone has short-tempered, or someone is like controlling and possessive, a nigga that just can't handle saying no, there are always signs in these toxic-ass relationships, bro. Like, the moment I heard she was shot 22 times, the first thing that came to me, were they in a relationship type of shit, bro? 22 times to kill somebody? There's like a special place in hell for a brother like you, bro. Like, how does life in prison justify that? You got to give him the treatment he gave her. Know what I mean? Cut it in half or something. Even if you cut it in half, that's still 11 shots. These niggas are demons, bro.
Went to confront him.
She should have been the decoy. Oh!
Before she could make it to the smirking.
I was going to say, she should have been the decoy.
Diamond's uncle jumped in from the and attacked Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been on.
Mother rushed to
Hands
his
and
defense
feet, bro.
by attacking Diamond's mother, prompting Diamond's aunt to go after her.
That's wild. Hey, baby. Oh my God.
Eventually, the police were able to separate the two families. Following the brawl, Diamond...
You good? No. Still. You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right, where were we? No, work don't stop.
Diamond's mother told the media.
It was wrong of me. That was wrong of us because we're not monsters.
Ain't nobody judging you, mama.
So much hate because I want my daughter back.
Ain't nobody judging you.
And what he did wasn't.
Listen, man, I would have did the same thing. I don't care if you call me whatever you want, bro. Call me the boogeyman. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. We ain't judging you, sis.
Terrible.
Hands and feet.
Seeing my daughter there and looking at him that he did that and he's laughing in my face. It was very wrong and I'm so sorry for that.
In the end, Frank accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Fortunately, deputies were ready and stepped in before utter chaos.
Why was there a plea deal?
But the same can't be said for the case of 25-year-old...
Yo, these laws. Why was there a plea deal? The man shot a 16-year-old 22 times and he gets a second chance at life? Oh, I would beat his ass too. Like, what are we talking about? Ah, man, yo, be careful, bro. Like...
Tristan Wilson, who's facing charges for first-degree murder in Utah. On August 23, 2009, Tristan shot his wife, 19-year-old Misty Lamoureux, in their house. Tristan was eventually arrested. Now in court, Misty's brother, Jason Wilson, walks up to the podium to deliver a victim impact statement, but not before giving Tristan the death stare. While the magnitude of Tristan's crimes is daunting, his courtroom behavior will leave you in disbelief. While Jason tells the court how the murder has affected him, Tristan appears unconcerned, rocking back and forth in his chair. After a few minutes of addressing the judge, Jason turns his focus to his sister's killer. But Tristan's lack of remorse infuriated him, and he wanted to let him know how he felt. However, the deputies were at hand to counter any real damage. Following the chaos, the officers were...
You made it too hot, bro. You gotta act like you... Yo, you know what it is, bro? You gotta act like you going back to your chair. Hold on. I had to make sure it was recording. Sometimes I'll react to a video and it's not recording. This should be the worst, bro. Like, you have no idea the struggles of being a reactor sometimes. I'm dead ass be watching 30-minute videos and then look over to my right and I wasn't recording the whole time, son. So if you see me looking over to the right, my paranoia, my little PTSD. But nonetheless, yo, you gotta act like you going back to your chair, and when they sleeping, they lacking, they're like, all right, cool, everything's safe. That's when you gotta come through and jump over the barricade and, you know what I mean, get your, you know what I mean? You can't make it so hot in front of the deputies, bro. They expecting something to pop off, bro. You gotta go back to your seat and then flip the script.
Life in prison. However, ordered hand to counter any real damage. Following the chaos, the officers restored everything to order. Eventually, Tristan was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. However, Jason
15 years
wasn't alone in their courtroom actions, like in the case of Michael Madison, a serial killer who was facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder in Ohio. Between 2012 and 2013, Michael killed 3 women before he was eventually arrested. Before his preliminary hearing, Michael learns the magnitude of his crime.
Mr. Madison, I'm going to read to you the nature of the charges against you and summarize each one for you, as well as giving you the potential penalties. I know you've had a chance to speak with counsel. Is that correct, sir? Yes. All right. In the first charge, you're charged with aggravated murder in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.01. It states that on or about the 22nd day of July, you did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 9 months prior to the finding of the body. That is a Jane Doe murder. The second murder is the same date, on or about the 22nd day of July. Michael Madison
the same day
caused the death of an Angela Deskins while committing another felony. The offense was committed 3 weeks or a few weeks prior to the finding of the body. And then there's a third murder charge. On or about the 22nd day of July, Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 1 month prior to the finding of the body. All of those are felonies of the first degree because they are aggravated murder. They are punishable by a possible death or life in prison and a $100,000 fine. You understand that?
Now in court,
He didn't even
Van
flinch,
Terry,
bro.
the father of one of the victims,
He ain't
addresses the
flinch.
judge.
How you doing, Your Honor? My name is Van Terry. Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
Van Terry now turns to speak directly to Michael.
Taking my child.
His child.
However, the real
Bro.
shocker came when Michael unleashed his madness in the courtroom by smirking at Van Terry, unleashing chaos.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Get him. This world crazy, bro. Shit crazy, man. I know that I'll be watching these joints for like reactions and just like different levels of like content and stuff like that, but I don't ever take watching people's pain for granted, bro, because I ain't gonna front. Like where I'm from, like I got a lot of humility and I got a lot of empathy for people. Like none of this shit funny. You know, you try to crack a couple of jokes just to ease up the tension a little bit, but I feel bad for homie, man. Like when your daughter get killed by a man and that man gets to live, people don't even understand. I really don't understand life in prison, bro. These criminals don't care about life in prison, or else they wouldn't have done these crimes. This man got 3 bodies, and for all 3 bodies, you got one man doing life, and the family can't get their hands on him? Come on, bro. Now, what if this prisoner outlives this dude right here? Is that just? Is that equality? Man, hands and feet, ladies and gentlemen. Hands and feet. Why y'all holding them back? Y'all should be helping them. Oh,
Eventually, the police were able to restore order, and the proceeding continued. Now, it's time for the jury to give their decision.
We therefore unanimously find that the sentence of death should be imposed upon the defendant, Michael
Whoa.
Madison.
Following the jury's recommendation, Judge
Whoa.
Nancy McDonald reads her
Whoa.
sentence.
Whoa.
I am struck by the sheer inhumanity of what one human being can do to not one, but 3 human beings. It is incomprehensible. You cajoled, lured, and deceived Shatisha Shealy, Angela Deskins, and Sherelda Terry to your apartment for your depraved purposes. You went on to abuse
Wow.
the corpses of these 3 victims. You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags, and you discarded them. Upon consideration of the relevant evidence, the testimony exhibits admitted in mitigation, it is the judgment of this court that the aggravated circumstances of course of conduct, felony murder, kidnapping, felony murder, of which the defendant was convicted, outweigh the mitigating factors by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison, on counts 1, 4.
Pack him up, man.
Following the sentence,
Pack 'em
victims'
up.
families expressed how they felt. Michael Madison is still awaiting his death in prison. But this wasn't the only time parents snapped because of how the killer was acting in court.
That's
like during
crazy.
The sentencing of 18-year-old Peyton Gendin.
I know this
facing
dude.
multiple charges for murder.
Oh my God.
The supermarket shooter.
On May 14th, 2022, Peyton, a white supremacist, opened fire in a black-dominated Tops-friendly market store in New York. Sadly,
This man did this shit while live streaming the shit on Twitch, bro. Like,
10 black individuals lost their lives and 3 others were hurt before he was finally arrested. Now in court, family members of the victims let him know how they feel about him.
While I was writing this, tears fell from my eyes. Thinking about what a beautiful person he took.
Robbie Drury was a young woman. She was not married. She had no children. She never will. Robbie was our youngest daughter.
Damn, these are the joints that you don't see, yo.
How many children do you have? I don't know what to say.
You destroy our lives forever. It's not a day that goes by that I won't remember May 14th and being 2 minutes sooner.
Look at the security he has around him.
And all I think about is, could I have saved my aunt? Could I have helped her get away from the bullets? Or could my mom be suffering more and lose her daughter, her granddaughter, and her sister?
One of the most touching statements was from Barbara Massey.
My name is Barbara Massey. I'm Catherine Massey's sister. You killed my sister. Cat was an aunt.
Damn.
She was a great aunt. She was a cousin. She was a friend. Cat said she was a committee of one. There's nothing Cat wouldn't do for people. I want personally to choke you and leave my fingerprints on your neck because it was unnecessary. You leave 200 miles to come to Buffalo. You don't even know any black people.
Damn.
I want to choke. You better think those places. You better think God. Thank y'all for protecting me because I will hurt you so bad. You have made me sick. You got my family crying. I miss my sister every day. You don't like black people. Man, you don't know a damn thing about black people. We're human. We like our kids to go to good schools. We not.
It's like I'm looking at the body languages of just like his lawyers. How do you even defend that shit, bro? I get constitutional rights, like everybody's entitled, you know, but when it comes to like school shooters or people that just go on mayhem and just start attacking random people, this man killed how many black, like it was like 10, 12 for no reason other than the fact that they were black. I remember the video because he even pulled up to someone and realized that they were white and said, oh, and apologized in the middle of shooting people, bro. It's the weirdest thing. Like, you just can't put a word to this shit, bro. And for him to even have lawyers, you want to talk about a case I wouldn't even want to sign up for, bro? Not even for the clout. What are you defending? What are you defending, son? 200 miles just to go to Buffalo to do that. Like,
However, while she was speaking, a supposed family member wanted to let Peyton know how he felt.
We never go in no neighborhoods and take people out.
come on, come. He's out. He never had a chance, man. I ain't go front. I would have went for the lawyer. Maybe I ain't shit. I gotta get my hands on something. What Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something. I'm from around the way. We leaving here with something. I would have took out a lawyer, bro.
Now it's Peyton's turn to speak.
I'm very sorry for all the pain I forced the victims and their families to suffer through. I'm very sorry for stealing the lives of your loved ones. I cannot express how much I regret all the decisions I made leading up to my actions on May 14th.
I ain't buying it.
I did a terrible thing that day.
He's avoiding the death penalty.
People because they were black. Looking back now, I can't believe I actually did it.
Something about hearing him say that, I almost gotta let that shit marinate, bro. That, like, I could be killed for no reason, you know? For no reason. I got a YouTube channel, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm really out the way in terms of everybody's progress in life. I stay to myself. My circle is really small, man. And I just think to myself, I could have been in that supermarket. Or you could have been in that supermarket. And because of your skin color, a dude's just gonna take your life away. Like, he took the lives of the elderly. So you know he ain't got no soul, bro. He went after the old folks. No one really young. No one he really had issues with, bro. He went after the grandmothers and killed them because they were black? Come on, man. Nobody's grandmother deserved to go out like that, bro. And to apologize about it, it's like...
I believed what I read online and acted out of hate. I know I can't take it back, but I wish I could. And I don't want anyone to be inspired by me and what I did.
Eventually, the judge reads her sentence.
The damage you have caused is too great, and the people you have hurt are too valuable to this community. You will never see the light of day as a free man ever again. It is the judgment of this court for your conviction under the first count of the indictment, a domestic act of terrorism motivated by hate in the first degree, an A1 felony, that you be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.
Payton was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. But this wouldn't be the last time a parent lunged at the perpetrator.
For killing like 12 people,
Take,
one life in prison.
Of Larry Nassar, who is facing multiple charges for sexual abuse. Larry was a sports doctor at Michigan State University, and with USA Gymnastics,
I remember this.
Police received reports for his crimes. However, during investigations, Larry had a different story.
I don't get it. Why didn't she say something if she was feeling violated in any way, shape, and form? There was no communication.
Okay. Do you ever get aroused during these exams?
I shouldn't be getting during an exam.
Right.
Okay.
Well, this is why I'm talking to you about this,
Yeah.
because this young girl and her mother both observed this on more than one occasion during treatment.
If there was arousal, it's. I mean, like it would be because of whatever. I don't know, but I'm not trying to. You know what I mean?
Whatever. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
When you're a guy, sometimes you get.
The truth caught up with him, and he was arrested. Now, in court, his victims take to the stand.
I testified to let the world know that you are a repulsive liar.
One after the other.
Damn!
Thomas Show, also known as Victim A. I was sexually assaulted by Larry Nassar when I was 9 and 12 years old. You broke and shattered a lot of girls. You manipulated us to trust you because you're a doctor, and doctors do no wrong, only heal. You are not a healer.
Now it's time for the parents to address Larry.
I don't know who you are now. Maybe I never knew. Maybe none of us did. But Larry, you did this to yourself, and you did this to us.
Inmate Nassar. That is what your name is.
Damn.
And don't you forget that.
And while we all are moving mountains, you, Larry, will have no choice but to sit in prison and wait to die.
And I said, "You go to lunch," and she said,
Sheesh, you want to talk about words that are felt?
"I go home."
Whoa.
I said, "What's wrong? Are you in pain?" And she said, "Mom, I just want to go home." And I said, "Okay." So we got in the car, and I said, and she started bawling. And I said, "Chelsea, tell me what's wrong." And she said, "Mom, he put his and they weren't gloved." And I said, "Chelsea, I was right there in the room." And she goes, "You couldn't see what was going on, Mom." And she said, "He hurt me." In 2009, she took her own life because she couldn't deal with the pain anymore.
Wow. Wow.
For this particular parent, Larry's tears hold no value. Words were not enough.
Wow.
I ask you to, as part of this sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.
Now I'm saying?
Would you do that?
5 minutes. And I'm not really asking.
Would you give me
Okay,
1
cool.
minute?
Okay, cool. Okay. Now I'm saying? I'm not asking. I keep telling y'all, man, let me coach y'all through this. He gots to be the decoy. You know what I mean? While you got 5, 6 officers trying to contain him and shit like that, somebody got to come through from the side. 1 or 2 people, because you already know they got protocols for shit like that. He got to be the decoy. There got to be 2 decoys. The third man is the money man. He's the one that gets contact. You know what I'm saying? And then it's on. It's on. The hell you talking about? I'll do a day or 2 in jail. It's all good. Not her daughter committing suicide, bro. That's crazy.
Eventually, Larry takes to the stand.
What I'm feeling pales in comparison to the pain, trauma, and emotional destruction that I was with. There are no words that can describe the depth and breadth of how sorry I am for what has occurred. An acceptable apology.
In the end, the judge gives her sentence.
I find that you don't get it, that you're a danger. You remain a danger. I am a judge who believes in life and rehabilitation when rehabilitation is possible. I have many defendants come back here and show me the great things they've done in their lives after probation, after parole. I don't find that's possible with you. Your decision to assault was precise, calculated, manipulative, devious, despicable. I don't have to add words because your survivors have said all of that. I don't want to repeat it. Sir, I'm giving you 175,
Sheesh!
which is 2,100 months. I just signed your death warrant. I need everyone to be quiet. I self-contempt powers. I told you I'm not nice. Thank you. That's all for the record.
Yo, imagine a judge saying that I just signed your death warrant before you died. Holy!
Spend the rest of his life in prison. However, while this
175 years is wild.
dismissed as an effect of uncontrollable anger. The case of Vashon Flowers, who was facing charges for murder. A disagreement about smoking led Vashon to fatally shoot his wife, Jamie Thomas Flowers. Now, in court, the daughter of the victim tells the court what happened.
He was irritable and said that he was a grown man. If he wanted to buy cigarettes, he would buy cigarettes. He got down on the ground and started choking my mother. Actually, I heard, "You don't have to do this, Vashon. Please don't do this. You don't have to do this." And then I heard gunshots.
But during the sentencing, London Thomas, the son of the victim, couldn't hold himself.
Sheesh!
Vashon was eventually sentenced to life imprisonment. When emotions run high in court, the actions of London Thomas...
That boy's an athlete, man.
...leave us questioning sanity itself.
He be sneaking up on me.
This is 15-year-old James Douglas Gonzalez, who's in court for killing Edward Hall. In court, the jury found James guilty of negligent homicide and not murder. Enraged, Kevin Hall, the younger brother of the victim, acted. Eventually, the police were able to restore order. James escaped the attack without injuries. Kevin was sentenced to 5 days in jail. Just when you thought you've seen it all, another convict surpasses Kevin Hall's wild courtroom display. Enter Dwayne Smith, who's in court for the sentencing of Clifford Thomas. Clifford and his girlfriend were arrested for killing 3-year-old Jamela, the daughter of Dwayne Smith. In court, Dwayne approaches the stand to deliver his victim impact statement, but decided to make another kind of impact.
Hello. Hello.
You can see Clifford's girlfriend and mother of the child in tears. Eventually, the police separate the two men and the session is rescheduled. Clifford and his girlfriend were later sentenced to up to 15 years in prison. Dwayne Smith is a prime example of a victim acting crazy in court. However,
15 years?
Dale Williams' case
What state is this?
a little crazier. This is Dale Williams, who is facing charges for murder. In June 2017, Dale ran his ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth Pledger Stewart, off the road, causing her to crash. Dale then fatally shot her multiple times as onlookers watched. Now, in court, The daughter of the victim is ready to begin her statement, but the sons of the victim had other plans.
There we go. There we go. 2-on-1. Yeah, they can't hold him. Yo, ain't nothing like rage, bro. Ain't nothing.
Police had to use their tasers to bring order to the court.
Finish him. Finish him. I feel for them, yo.
The session was rescheduled. This time, the victim's aunt was able to say her mind.
When we saw him, his
2 sons, you gonna do? Come on, man.
we felt it was so much emotion due to a flashback of how he just killed my niece.
Eventually, Dale was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. But that wasn't all. The 2 brothers also appeared in court. Dale continues to serve his sentence in prison.
Yo, bro. This is one of my longer videos, bro. I mean, some just kind of like speechless, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about the video. It's like, I feel sorry for these victims. All these were deep, bro. You almost don't even know where to begin because they're incomprehensible. Like, you can't understand it. You can't ask for explanation. Just give the family their revenge back in blood. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't here for sentences. Know what I mean? unless it's associated with death. I'm gonna holler at you guys in the next video, bro. But this was killers getting attacked in court. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you thought, man. I'm gonna holler at you guys, man. RP to the victims, man. I'm out.